Alright folks, welcome to link number 3, probably the last one of the day. We are trying out a couple of new changes this time around. We are going back to a second library, this time in place of the third Thalia. I've been having a lot of issues with flooding, so we're going to see if this helps. The other card that we're trying out is Felidar Retreat. Out of the sideboard, again, Arasta against Delver. It's going to be tested out. B for victory. I feel like we played against this player earlier today. I don't remember whether we're playing. We have Dried Arbor in hand, which is basically a virtual mulligan. But I guess if this were a mull to 6, I would still keep it, so. Oh wow. I guess this is the Chalice deck that we played against. Damn. Okay, I guess it is the Chalice deck. So it was basically Steel Stompy. That was what it was. Steel Stompy. That's fine. Also fine. I mean, as long as they don't have a ballista or something like that, we can beat this. So we can play this next turn. Jeez. That is fucked up. Feels like we were fine until here. Is this deck good? Talking about mine, or are you talking about my opponent's lane Chalice? Mine? I've been doing fine with it. The last couple of leagues that I played were pretty bad, but like I'm still plus money with it. Oh gee, well I was never beating that. That draw from my opponent was absolutely ridiculous. I think I would have beaten it if we had been on the draw, funny enough. If we had been on the play. I think if we had been on the play, we go turn 1 Reclaimer, turn 2 Flaxes, we actually win that game. We get under the Chalice. So once again, play versus draw ended up being extremely, extremely relevant. I guess I would want Sky Collaboration. Maybe I would even want the Bath. I don't want this hand though. This one's potentially better, but if they want to waste me, then I'm probably okay with that. Just delaying the game a little bit. Seems like it would favor me. So now Reclaimer comes down as a Covered Forest. And the Plains. So now Reclaimer comes down as a 3-3, as a 3-4, sorry. get flagstones here. As you can see, a very, very big difference between being on the play and being on the draw. Massive, massive difference between one and the other. We just pass. Next turn we can Dryad and get a bunch of triggers. They're gonna get to regen their lodestone. That's fine, I think. Let's just not draw the Savannah, please. Sweet, thank you. So this is 5 mana for this Dryad now? Shit. So I guess we just get Sombos. Just get another Reclaimer. No, that plays into their Blast Zone, so we don't do that. Well, good thing I cut myself there. We just play a Ooze here and say go. I think we're good here. Unless they draw another Wasteland, exactly. Which it looks like they didn't. I think I'm just gonna chomp with a zombie. Just gonna chomp with a zombie. It's pretty good for me. Chomp with Sombo. Take 5. So we have 7 mana now. Ravager. Oh, we can get the pig here. The pig is actually pretty good. So what the pig does here is it prevents them from sacrificing to the Ravager and sacrificing the Welding Jar, which is pretty cute. We can also protect the pig with Caracas. I think I like getting the pig a lot here, actually. 2, 3, 4. I guess I just play the green source, right? Because it allows me to eat with the scavenging ooze. Seems better. The pig is pretty slick here. This is Yasharn Implacable Earth, Lewis. Players can't pay life or sacrifice non-land permanents to cast spells or activate abilities. It stops force. Yep. It actually stops a bunch of cards. Oh yeah, we have the noise. You're right. We have the pig. The pig is in the house. The pig is in the house. That doesn't do anything. That is just a 3-mana 2/2. So I think we block here, and we block... actually, we can do this. The problem if we do this is that my opponent then gets to... Yeah, so I guess let's do this, actually. So we eat my Reclaimer. Ooze grows. Is that even better than just taking 5? What if I block here? We eat the Ravager. This dies. Ooze eats the Ravager. We go to 4. I think this is fine. They could have Dismember. But I think that this Ooze is just going to outgrow my opponent's dudes. What is this money in 2020? Yeah, my opponent is a believer. Good for them. Of course, they have Ballista. Their tutor doesn't do anything. They have I have Yasharn. That's why I didn't want to trade the Yasharn anyway, because it blanks the Scrapyard Recombiner. Yep, that's why I got this guy. The whole point of me getting the pig was precisely so that I could blank the stuff that they're doing over there. They can still use artifact lands. Sacrifice non-land permanents. Yeah, I guess that they can. Yeah, no, I guess that you're right. So I guess they could have activated Mishra's Factory. If I block like this, with the Recombiner, the problem with blocking Scavenging Ooze here is that my opponent pings, and then I can't eat I just cannot eat anything. So the Scavenging Ooze needs to survive. So I think we do this. It means we still need to deal with these lodestone golems. Yeah, I know, but we are gonna have enough fodder for the ballista to... So we eat... It's only gonna be 3 things to eat anyway. So we can just let this go. So this is what I was thinking about, and why I chose to keep the Scavenging Ooze earlier. Because I thought that eventually the Scavenging Ooze was going to outgrow what my opponent's got going on over there. No attempt to kill the pig. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that exactly enough to Zenith for primetime? It is exactly enough to Zenith for primetime. Hello. Field plus Valakut. So I guess they will need to have like another Mox into... And it needs to be Mox Opal, it cannot be Lotus Petal. They will need another Mox into... Another Mox into Soul Land. Or another Ballista. If they have another Ballista, we also lose to that. But we could not beat second Ballista regardless, so... If they have the second ballista, they just got me. Yep, that's not enough. Yeah, super close game. Super close game. Zenith. I think one Dryad is gone, but we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can play 2 Dryads. If I do that, these were some pretty good draws, by the way. So I guess we just attack with everything. We see how they block. Because we can't play the Dryad before combat, because then my opponent just kills it before the triggers happen. Though that might just be a good exchange for me, however. Yeah, maybe that's just a good exchange for me. This is gonna be enough to force my opponent to make some blocks that are gonna be awkward for them. And I don't think they can lethal me here. Not with their current board state. I sub for modern content. Hashtag scamates. Nice. Gracias, Tuti. Actually, the amount of work that this Yasharn has been doing is pretty incredible. Scamast. Scamast. You do know that I have no idea what you're talking about, right? Scamast. I assume that it was half scammed, half amazed. Is that not what that stands for? I don't know what that stands for. It's Amas the streamer? Oh. Yeah, whatever. Teach me internet culture? You have no idea. You have no idea. The plan here, obviously, is to post-combat Dryad into ramming up, right? That's what I'm trying to set up. But I need to force my opponent to make a move first, and then we can destroy them on second main. This is gonna be able to pump itself. And this is gonna be able to pump this as well, if they want to. So they're making blocks that allows them to go to 1. Which means that their Ancient Tomb is gonna be blanked here. They probably need to block one more thing. Yeah. So this, they go down to 1. So it's not enough. Also, these blocks are strictly wrong because they should probably switch this up so the lodestone survives. I guess that they actually want to get rid of the pig. Damn, the pig really showed off this game, huh? The pig really showed off. Stopping Ravager, stopping Recombiner, stopping Welding Jar. The pig really, really did it. Ballista blocking the 2-2 means that they're only going to have 2 points. They're going to be able to deal 2 points of damage. Sure. Now the other factory is going to go there. They're going to take 7. Yeah. And we could save with Caracas, but we actually want these trades to happen. So the Welding Jar is not active. Okay, so now 1, 2, 3. Do you only have 2 pings in here? Man, combat math. I'm playing Legacy because I don't want to do combat math, am I right? What is this combat math nonsense? What is this combat math nonsense? Legacy has a lot of creature decks. Yeah, nowadays Legacy does have a lot of creature decks. Can't I prime me? I only have 1 prime time and it just got killed. It doesn't change anything, right? I still kill them. Yeah, they can regen Ballista, but it just doesn't matter because they only have 3 pings, right? What was the reason to not tap out for double Dryad pre-combat? Because my opponent had 4 mana, so if I do that, my opponent, they tap 4 mana, they put the 6 counter on the Ballista, and they kill my Titan, and I have no triggers. Yeah, Shona, what Ragnell is asking is why didn't I get 2 Dryads? But they could also kill my Titan if they wanted to. So that's the reason why I didn't get just 2 Dryads. Maybe Path to Exile is just strictly better source in this matchup. I'm honestly not sure. Yeah, this is not a keep. Unfortunate. Why do I keep drawing my stupid Dread Arbor? This one is a keep, however. We might want to, depending on what they do, we might want to slow roll this Reclaimer. So that by the time it comes down, it's a big dude. We basic forest. Yeah, I feel like I want to wasteland them. If they have another ancient tomb, that sucks, but all right, sweet. We play our first Reclaimer. Basic forest, Reclaimer, go. This is their line. Well, I think we're looking good now. Revoker. So they can name Reclaimer, they probably will. Swing for 1. Well, that's pretty hot. Because this allows me to go Plains, Dryad, play my Valakut. And now they have to main phase. They don't have attacks, and now they have to main phase blow up my wasteland. Otherwise, we just Zenith for Raminap, and we just completely destroy them. Yeah, I think this probably locks it up. I guess I could have the big dude. But then we just kill it with Knight of Autumn. Yeah, so I think that we're just good here. My opponent missing a land up there. I guess that the turn 1 wasteland ended up being super clutch. Ballista would be so OP if damage on the stack were still a thing. Yeah. It's still pretty good. It is still pretty damn good, but yeah, it would be completely ridiculous if damage still went on the stack. Yeah, another Ballista doesn't cut it, my friend. Wasteland my Valakut. It's kind of what they had to do, but it's not great for them. I think I'm gonna take it slow. What I could have done there too would have been to, once upon looking for a land, I could have also seen it for Collector Oof. Okay, now we might have to seen it for Collector Oof. Might really keep Ravager or Prison type hints. Yeah, there's a Ravager. Here comes the nonsense. Here comes the nonsense. Another Reclaimer. I think I kind of want to Once Upon a Time and spike a land here. God damn it. All of these are ETB tap lands. God damn it. Okay, I guess we get this. We get Field. And let's play Reclaimer. That was really funny. I have to be more specific. Yeah, I know. I kind of got. Oh no. Fuck. This is fine though, because now we do Raminap and we just destroy them now. And that was like the main reason to want to Once Upon on the previous turn, right? It's because it sets up this turn right here. So now what we do is we Zenith for 3. We get Raminap, Valakut, and I guess, yeah, I'd rather get it an extra trigger here. We go at the Ravager first, because it forces the action. So now if they want the Ravager to survive, they need to basically sack their entire board, and then we can use Willsep Heath to get him. Wow, they just let it go? Okay. Yeah, kill that one. All right. There's the Ancient Tomb. Things like it should be too late. Things like it feels like it should be too late for the Ancient Tomb. Recombine. Yeah, it's definitely too late for that guy. Yeah, Louis, I've been having a lot of fun with this deck. I've been having a lot of fun. So kill that one, get a zombie. Opponent has conceded from the game. V is for Vendetta. We got Good Old Vengeance. Good Old Vengeance against Mud. Steel Stompy, or however you want to call it. Yeah, I always thought that Mud kind of referred to like stacks kind of decks, you know. What are the mad matchups? Hyper combo. How do you fare? You actually have a pretty good matchup against Snow, because Snow really struggles against Field of the Dead, and this deck is very good at enabling Field of the Dead. And you have it's very play draw dependent against Delver. But yeah, the bad matchups are Sneak and Show. Sneak and Show is pretty much unwinnable. And then like Oops All Spells, stuff like that, you know, like decks that kill you on turn 1. You have a fine Ad Nauseam matchup, stuff like that, but you really struggle against the... I think I'm gonna keep this. You really struggle against the all-in combo decks, like the very fast ones. I think I'm gonna go off of a basic forest. Reanimator is fine. You have a bad game 1 matchup, but like if you go turn 1 Reclaimer, turn 2, like they just can't win anymore, right? Swords to Plowshares into Daze. Into Arkham's Astrolabe. Alright, I'm kind of confused here, but... We have 3 different silences? Yeah. Blue-White Omni. Okay. Here's a pig. Okay, Force pitching Force. Temporal Mastery. Okay. Jace. Oh, cool. Okay. 0 cards left in hand for opponent. So we just have to find lands here. Fuck. Yeah, we're gonna have to find a ramen up here. Mystic Sanctuary for what? For Brainstorm? Swords to Plowshares? Brainstorm. Mentor. They can steal my ramen up here, which I don't love, but... I'm thinking if I want to wasteland them here. I think I don't want to. Yeah. So if we find the Green Sun Zenith, if we find the Titan, any of those, we win the game here. That sucks. Yeah, you probably don't want to attack. But I'm gonna trade the 2/2 for a 3/3, I think. All right, can we draw something good here? Valakut. Would have been great last turn. Stupid library, man. If only we had our own library. Gross. Absolutely gross. Absolutely gross. I mean, if we find a Titan... If we find a Titan or a Zenith off the top, we're kind of still in it. Because we can just out-token them. They chose not to shuffle, so I have to imagine that they left themselves with yeah, I think I want to trade here. I have to assume that they left themselves with like a force plus blue card kind of situation. Prime time? Yeah, it's not it. All right. So it's kind of like so these are the cards that might interest me. And then we'll actually go over the cards that I actually do like. Path we can probably do without. Oof can go. Spirit of the Labyrinth is interesting. Knight of Autumn. It's likely for them to be playing, what's his name, right? For them to be playing Back to Basics. Though we do have 3 apparitions for that. Cut a Wasteland. Do I really want an Knuckle? I don't want an Knuckle. Yeah, actually, I don't think I want a Tabernacle. Spirit sounds great. Apparition sounds great. Ooze sounds medium. Potentially good, but overall medium. Yasharn, probably medium as well. Maybe better than Erasta? go with this. Maybe we can cut Thalia's on the draw. I would imagine that Thalia is good, kind of regardless, though. Yeah, let's keep this. I think I'm actually going to Spirit here on turn 2. I guess my opponent agrees with me that that was a good play. Mishra's Bauble. Because of the mentors? I mean, it makes sense, I guess. STP. Did a little bit of ramping here, that's nice. Now we're pretty ahead on board, so Oko is probably not going to be too problematic. Same thing with Monastery Mentor. So that's cool. Sure. Surgical extraction. I wonder if they have wrath effects. Swing first. I don't think that they have Ice Fang, but I might as well, you know. We can Zenith. Probably just Zenith for another Reclaimer, right? I'm not gonna play around like Terminus or some sort of Wrath effect. STP, yep. Them getting Plow there means that they probably don't have Terminus, so... Okay. They literally know about the Plow in hand. They knew about that. Please waste me. They have Wasteland? What the hell? How can they have Wasteland? Making you upload actually is like fast track eating your food. I mean that's true. It's actually true. Typical chasting you would follow. Oh, they do have Terminus. Holy shit. Okay. That is wild. So they are playing Terminus. Yeah, Terminus makes a lot more sense than Wasteland. We 100% agree there. Man, I feel like I should have played this apparition, but I also don't think like I should have. I think I am gonna clock with Dread Arbor though. I think we have gotten to the point where the Arbor clock is actually somewhat real here. Okay, now that I found the Wasteland, I'm gonna go for it because we can do this. We eat the lave and we waste the trop. So we can't get O-code. Trying to luck sack. All right, holding on to this tracker because I don't want to play into a Terminus. Got there. Okay, so they do have Terminus, and they have a lot more non-basics than I thought they would. I feel like I want to waste over a plow. Fine hand. Let's keep. You wouldn't board up Wasteland? I think it's fine. Got the plow. No plow. Cool. Oh, we already have the field in hand, which is pretty nice. They liked what they saw there, though. So cast the Terminus, we trade 1 for 1. Okay, Plains. And now we get We could get a wasteland. I feel like I kind of do like getting a wasteland here. Okay. Okay. Of course, priority number 1, make sure that that mentor is dead. I think I'm just gonna get a reclaimer here. Holding up plow. They were holding up plow too. 2 mana ponder. They chose to not shuffle. How many Mystic Sanctuaries can they realistically play? I think I'm gonna play Dryad, but I'm not gonna play the Dryad Arbor. So if they want a Mystic Sanctuary, the Terminus, which they just had a second Terminus, okay. Next turn we just Dryad Arbor, and we play a bunch of, we just get 2 zombies. Yeah, let's play the Spirit too. I don't think they can feed another Mystic Sanctuary. Surgical the plow. You got me. They're down to 1 card, so I feel like we really need to push the advantage here. We're lagging a little bit. Oh! Poggers. Yeah. All right. 2-0. Pretty good, pretty good. The back-to-back 2-1 victories. Sea Stardust. I'm familiar with this name. Hand's pretty strong, so we're gonna go turn 1, Reclaimer of the Forest, turn 2, Fetch for Plains, Silver Library. Okay. If this is Delver, I'm gonna waste them here. I am going to waste them. The idea, of course, is by the time the Reclaimer comes down, if we find another fetch land or another wasteland, by the time the Reclaimer comes down, it's going to be a 3-4, which my opponent is going to struggle to get rid of. Do they have mandrills? They could have mandrills, and that would be kind of a pain, huh? It seems like it's Delver, right? Yeah, it is Delver. Okay. So now the questions here is, do we want to Zenith or do we want a library? I think I want a library because I'm probably going to be doing something else next turn with the Reclaim, so I'm not going to have time to activate Reclaimer anyway. They have their own library and a Delver. I don't think I want this card, so I'm going to just play this, fetch for a white source, shuffle the deck, play Apparition, exile the library. Now Reclaimer is a 3-4. Lightning Bolt. Bolt the Apparition. Why? It's kind of a waste. How have you been liking 2 library and 3 Dryad? Better than the other way around. Better than 4 and 1. Yeah, I didn't like that Lightning Bolt. Felt a little bit unnecessary. They did go top, so that's kind of creepy. Sucks for me. So Source to Plowshares, good. It's pretty good for us. So we're gonna pay 4 here. Play Dryad. We float a green source, we play this, keep this. This might get dazed. Hey, how's it going? Astromes? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. I think I'm blocking here. Like, they obviously have a bolt, but if they want to fetch... If they want to fetch, like, a second red source, keeping them off green, keeping themselves off green, that's probably fine for me. Then we get to plow the Delver. Down to 1 card in hand. Fortunately, I don't think that we can pay 4 here. The bog is interesting though, because it means that we get to plow here, they have 1 card left in hand, and now we get to bog them. Bogging them seems pretty important though. I don't think I want to... Like, the 2-2 is just irrelevant, right? Here it's actually interesting if I want to Vesuva my own flagstones to shuffle. I think that's what I want to do, just so I can keep the Valakut, so if I find the Dryad, that is a lot better for me. Yeah, they don't play Snapcaster, but they play Dreadhorde Arcanist. Yeah, it's crazy that Legacy is a format where Snapcaster is legal but not played. Okay, we really need to find something good here. Library, don't disappoint me. We're totally gonna get fucking dazed here, right? We're totally getting dazed. Shit. It's not like we can play around it though, so we're just gonna jam. No daze, okay. It's probably, if they flip Delvers, it's not gonna be enough though. If I find a Dryad off the top, I play this Valakut. I attack, we're gonna have 4 zombies. We swing for 4, that's 10, that's 14. We would be able to set up lethal. Because I don't think that they're gonna have an answer to the Primeval Titan. If these Delvers flip, we are super, super screwed though. I think I'm gonna get field plus... No, I'm just gonna get double field. I'm just gonna go for broke. It's possible that the redundant zombies don't matter. And I'm holding on to this land on purpose. Don't flip. No flip. Nice. Ooh, Knight of Autumn is actually pretty cool here. Which is something that I didn't think I would ever say in the Delver matchup, but just being able to game 4 is kind of huge. being able to game 4 is kind of huge when the race is this close. Again, holding on to the Valakut on purpose. Because if I do that, then I need to use 3 mana to play the tracker, 2 to crack the clue, and then 3 mana to play the knight, and my opponent might daze my knight at the bottom. I don't care about the extra card, it just doesn't matter, like we're winning next turn regardless. The only thing I do care about is my knight of bottom resolving. He did not have Days Return of the Titan. Yeah, he didn't, but like, I don't know. He might be leveling me. Like my opponent might be leveling me or whatever, right? Like I'm not sure. There is no chance, yeah. Like, but there's no chance I lose if I do what I did, right? There's literal 0 chance that I lose if I do what I did, and there's 0.05 that I might get got if I do what you're saying. Yeah, actually this hand is fine. True, but it was suboptimal just saying, and I think it was also 0% for no days. Yeah, I mean, we agree. But you're talking about like winning and like, I don't know, like showing off or something. Like it's not a relevant difference, right? Which is my point. If they have foe in hand and drew Delver and kept it, they would foul the tracker. Next turn you had the knight. Yeah, but there's not gonna be a next turn, right? Like next turn I don't care about the knight because they just lose. They can't beat my board. Right? So like the knight being there next turn is completely irrelevant. Because they are just dead. I think I'm gonna plow this Delver. And I'm gonna do it off of a basic, even though we're gonna be super far away from casting this Arasta. But if I don't plow this Delver now, then we're just never gonna use this plow. Sure. Take 1. Now we play Thalia. Okay, we need a white source or a green source. Like we need some colored sources. This is just not doing it. At least the Delvers did not flip. Oh, fuck. Green source, white source. I think I'm not attacking. Because if the Delvers don't flip, then I don't like trading 3 for 2. Shit. We're gonna have to plow here. That's the difference between a 3 and a 2-turn clock. Yeah, them having a triple Dever and me not finding my green sources, or white sources for that matter, doesn't bode well for me. Land. Okay. Maybe, just maybe, there might be a chance. Apparition. I know that they have force, but what am I supposed to do? Like, I'd rather they force this than this, right? Pichin Udo? Okay. So they're playing... they're playing Guldukat's list. And here we can play around days next turn. We need to find a green source. We need to find a green source. Bad Delver? Yeah, that's just... that is not true, but sure. That is simply not true. Like, Guldukat has been top 8 at every fucking event ever. Every single one of them he has top 8'd. Guldukat sucks. Yeah, we agree to disagree there, my friend. We agree to disagree there. They go after the green source, correctly so. And we lose to the Delvers in the air. Young battles, I think you'll follow. Am I supposed to be bringing in Tabernacle against them? There's no way, right? Am I supposed to be bringing in Tabernacles? Knight of Autumn, a 3 mana 2/1 that gains for life. It's not good enough in my book. I think I'm not supposed to bring in Tabernacle, but... also, my opponent can just always waste the Tabernacle and move on with their life. So... definitely keeping this. We're gonna turn 1, Zenith for Arbor. His hand's pretty gassy, actually. Finally follow you on YouTube here because YouTube is down, right? Sweet, thank you. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. We just Thalia here, right? Why did I fetch for basic plains at the beginning? Because my opponent's playing a Wasteland deck. Astromes. So whenever you're playing against Delver, you have to choose. Do you want to be playing around days or do you not want to be playing around days? And that is probably like the best submerge I have ever seen in my entire life. Not only did they deny me the draw step, they denied me the mana, and they also made me draw the worst card in my deck. That is the best submerge I have ever seen in my entire life. That is absolutely disgusting. You're always supposed to submerge arbors. Yeah, and you just saw why, right? I think we're fine. Yeah, I mean, we're still fine, but it still doesn't stop the fact that it was a pretty good fucking submerge, right? I think they might have an answer for this. Maybe I got a little bit hasty there. The problem is I have to force them to answer my threats instead of developing their own game plan, right? Because if they develop their own game plan, that's when they get me. Force pitching brainstorm. So we're gonna get a Savannah here. And I'm going to attempt to plow this thing. We might get dazed, but another force, this time Pichinoko. Okay, let's trade with the force and Inoko. And then we can now apparition. These are fine trades. Yeah, but if my opponent finds a wasteland here, we might be in trouble. Maybe I should have gone to the second basic here. Though they know about Reclaimer, so they kind of don't want to make the Reclaimer a 3-4. So maybe they don't wasteland me just so I don't play a 3-4. Never mind. Here's my apparition. Oh, come on, really? Shit. They're totally gonna find another submerge or lightning bolt. We need to draw something to stop this guy. Another plow, apparition. We have multiple things that does it. We have the path to exile. Third force. Yeah, and it doesn't. And my opponent is still ahead in cards, right? They still have 2 cards in hand. This card is really fucked up. This card is really, really fucked up. Chose to not shuffle. Plow, path. I mean, as long as they don't have a lightning bolt. Come on. That's just ridiculous. There's just no way to keep up with this thing. There's just actual no way. If they play an Ogo here, I think I just concede. It's just too much to keep up with both things. Udo. I think that if they bolt my Reclaimer, I don't block. Oh wow, they didn't attack. Wow, they didn't attack. We risk it for the biscuit here, right? We risk it for the biscuit here. I guess we see what they do first. They reveal Preordain. Okay, that's fine. That means that they cannot get back Udo this turn. Yeah, but I have time before I make the decision of when to bog them. Because if I bog them there, and then they Preordain, the Reclaimer stabs, so my opponent gets a free attack. That's an extra Preordain, right? So I think that leaving the stop on upkeep was necessary there to see what they drew off the Delver. They left 2 cards on top? Fuck me. Oh, that's gross. You know what would be great right now? The Spider would be great right now. I would love to find a Spider right now. Another Delver. God damn it. Is that the Spider? That's the fucking Spider, chat. That is the fucking Spider, chat. Your go. Don't reveal Submerge because I'm gonna lose it. Don't reveal Submerge because I'm gonna lose it. But you can reveal Force of Will. Apparition, you say, huh? I think at this point, am I comfortable enough to get field here? Because my opponent's still playing an Oko deck, right? So Oko comes down, they eat my Rasta, I'm fucked. I don't care too much about Dreadhorde right now because of I have Vesuva still in my deck. Yeah, so I think we just have to apparition here. But I guess that we don't play it. I think we keep apparition, but we don't play it. Because we can do one more Flagstones thingy. Yeah, so that's something that we're gonna have to eat. But now we get one activation here. Sacking the Savannah, I guess. We still have the 1 planes that we can go get. No, you didn't find the lightning bolt. You didn't find the bolt. You didn't have exactly submerge or bolt on top of your deck. You just didn't. That's just not true. Oh, come on. The one card that they get to see, the one card is a lightning bolt. Get out of here. I guess I'm good, but my opponent is just better. I am good, but my opponent is definitely better. Okay, they still have the force. So that was their draw. They haven't brainstormed. So Flagstones doesn't do anything anymore. Just get a fetch land, because if we draw any land, we can turn that. Yeah, we can turn any land into a field. Okay, now we're gonna have to eat the library here. Holy crap, what a game. What a game. All right, what are you revealing here, OP? Another bolt. So their hand is Force of Will, Lightning Bolt. They attack with this. They bolt the Arasta. They bolt the Arasta again. We get 2 dudes. We double block one of the Insect Elaborations. Jay Snyder with your 1 sub for 25 months. One of the OG Snyder, thank you so much for the continued support. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Le Pelican, thank you for the follow. I think we just let this resolve. Yeah, I think that we just let this resolve. So this means that they throw 2 bolts at the Arasta. So we get 2 1-2s. Arasta down. We can block here because it's free. We have 1, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 damage. We have 12 damage. So I guess that what we have to do is block Arcanist, double block one of these, and take 6. So they're gonna need to draw exactly bolt to win this race. Field of the Dead. Fetch. Easy game, easy life. Dread is not lethal, but still pretty fucking good. Because it kills their Delver. Wow, what a game. Spider OP. Spider broken. Spider broken. Wins the match. This guy, who's got 2 thumbs. Who's got 2 thumbs and just won this match? This guy right here. This guy right here. Do you usually swear, or this is... Oh, no, I usually swear, Urza, yeah. Overflow Factor, thank you so much for that follow there. I swear when I get emotional. Or when I get jokey. How important was having 2 thumbs in winning that match? Well, it's a lot easier when you grab the mouse using your thumb, as we can see right here, you see? Grab the mouse using the thumb, as opposed to just like, if I didn't have a thumb, you know, the mouse kind of falls off my hand. So I think it was actually pretty important. How is that new card doing? Which new card are you talking about? There's many new cards here. Oh, this guy. I think we have... No. There we go. I think we keep this, yeah. So much Delver. Everybody playing Delver. I don't know, maybe I'm too stupid for Delver, but like... The deck does not seem that fun to me. I don't know, every time I play Delver, I didn't particularly, you know, it didn't thrill me, you know? Like every match I play with this deck, it's just exciting and I'm having a good time. And whenever I play Delver, it's kind of like, yeah, you know, whatever, I guess. Play Delver there. Just gonna double Reclaimer here. Force my opponent to have 2 answers. Delver doesn't ride the Razor's Edge anymore. Yeah, no, just Delver is just broken. Every step of the way, just Delver is now broken. Which honestly, for me, it was kind of what made it exciting, right? Like the fact that you were kind of trying to maneuver and try to make sure that you got the most value out of every one of your cards, and you need to like get every little edge. And now it's just like, yeah, just play Arcanist, easy. Yeah, just play Arcanist. Like we just win from here. That's cool. Do you ever think their hand Urza will get Vanity DLC? I doubt it. I mean, it's possible, but so many more other broken things in the format than those. I think I just block here, and if my opponent has a bolt, they have a bolt, but. But I don't think I do the Flagstone Strike. I think that getting more mana in play is going to be more important. No, the problem is trying to eat the Red Horde means that I don't get to be ahead on mana, basically, right? And being ahead on mana is exactly what I want to do right now. They create a food. Kind of greedy. Flagstones. Okay. So I guess we put this on top and this on top. And now we see whether this resolves. Probably won't. It just does. It just never resolves. Just straight up just resolves. Oh, I fucked up my sequencing here. Well, there goes that. There goes that. Your go. Reclaimer, the episode opening Reclaimer is like Vile decks opening Vile? Yes, kind of. It's actually a pretty reasonable comparison. So we're going to start off here, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna scene it for Raminap. See what my opponent does. Because I think they might be trying to like triple bolt me out of the game. But they don't have it. I was going to see what they do, just make my landers, and then I was gonna scene it for Night of Autumn. That was my plan. Okay, Path to Exile, Spirit of the Labyrinth, Apparition, Feather Retreat, Arasta. Cut this one, cut Tracker, cut these, Collector, oof. And what's the last one I always got? Oh, Night of Autumn. There we go. This is how I have been cybered in this matchup. We're gonna waste them here. I chose to not shuffle. I think we waste them anyway. Particularly now that I drew another land. The idea behind wastelanding there is that if I find another wasteland or another fetch land, by the time I finally deploy the reclaimer, it can be a 3/4. So delaying the game, even though my opponent is on the play and they're getting to cantrip and shit, me delaying the game actually is helping out. Probably days. But Daze puts them behind on tempo at least, right? They're behind the land drop now. So they cannot Arcanist me here. They have double Delver. Why do they always have double Delver? I have lost to so many double Delvers lately. Yeah. Pitching Submerge? Wow. Force Pitching Submerge. They just had it all. Pog. Let's go get Reclaimer. Put a stop on upkeep. Now Reclaimer is a 3/4. So let's see what they reveal to the Delver. They don't reveal anything to Delver. Well, I'd much rather kill that one. Yes. Yes, chat. Yes. mean, I wouldn't call it game just yet, but that was pretty great. Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. So lightning bolt means that I want to plow this Delver. Now we get a second white source, which is gonna be, what's his name? Flagstones. Land would be fine. I think we serve. And the reason for this is that if my opponent wants to bolt my apparition and get a 1/1 and attack me for 1, like that's whatever. They just wasted the bolt on my 2/2 apparition instead of using it on a real card. Okay. We can bog or we can get the cuts. I think I'm going to bog first and then I'm going to cat next turn. Fuck. They just have to blast on Reclaimer. They created food. That just blows my mind. That just absolutely blows my mind, honestly. So finding land would be the best case scenario here. Land, awesome. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Failure the retreat. Play land. Give my dudes +1/+1 and vigilance. Always yield. We attack with both at Oko. Opponent needs to chomp. Wow. We also get to attack and activate Reclaimer. That's pretty sick. That is pretty sick. All right, chat. Is it 5-0 time? How many leagues have I played today? This is the third one. I think I went 2-3 in the first one, 3-2 second one, and now we're 4-0. 4-0 Reclaiming performance. Yeah, this I 5-0'd yesterday and I 5-0'd last week. And I went 5-2 in the weekend event, the Sunday event. Feels Reclaimer, man. Feels Reclaimer, man. Right, a win white Reclaimer toolbox in a paper event Sunday. Sadly, couldn't only find 2 flagstones before the spike. Oh, brutal. Yeah. They're currently they're not that expensive. They spiked to 20 plus, and now they are 13 apparently, or $14. They're not that bad. Have I tried playing lands? I have, and I assumed that I would love it, and in practice, it just didn't. It just wasn't like that. I assumed that I would be super into it because whenever I saw somebody who played it well, I really enjoyed it. Like Daryl Ayers was would play a lot of lands back in the day. Same thing with we're playing against Romario. I think I'm gonna keep this hand. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, lands. Somehow it just didn't work out for me, unfortunately. Like the play patterns didn't really click with me, and I don't know. I wasn't particularly excited about it. Okay, so we're pretty dead here, I would assume. I could wasteland here, but like if he does have like he already milled an LED, so I don't think the wasting really helps me. So I'm just gonna do this and pass the turn. Oh, a Caracas the Embry. Yeah, that was the line. Whoops. Yeah, I fucked up. I honestly did not even think about the fact that I have a Caracas in my hand. I totally did not see the Caracas that's right here. It's late, folks. You know what happened when it gets late in this stream. It is Punt City whenever it gets late. It is Punt City. If he has the echo going here, okay, at least he doesn't have the echo. Are you talking about my opponent's decks? Is mono blue Aeons. I think this turn I Caracas bounce it, right? Or I could get the Reclaimer into play. I think I'm gonna do that. So let's get a Reclaimer into play. Just gonna scene it for 1. We're just hoping here, but there's kind of no way that my opponent whiffs on finding an Echo of Aeons, so... LED. What is this? Urza. Yikes. Well, guess maybe they do whiff on the Echo of Aeons. That's a lot of shit. That's a lot of stuff. Well, I really messed that up. Really messed that up. This thing wouldn't have spiraled out of control like it did if I had bounced the Emry on turn 1. That deck is so impressive when it gets going. Like, it really is really, really impressive. Chalice for 2. Okay. We're just dead though, right? We're just dead to their psi plus construct thing. Yeah, I really messed up. I should have slowed down. Okay. Knuckle seems fine. Deafening Silence seems fine. Spirit of the Labyrinth seems pretty good. This is good. This is good. Prime Time can go. Yasharn. What does Yasharn do? It stops the sacrifice thing. It stops the LEDs and whatnot. Yeah, Yasharn seems kind of medium. I'm not too concerned about the draw ability, I don't think. Do we want Knuckle? I don't think we want Knuckle. I think I like this setup right here. Yeah, we keep this. The bad thing is that this deck can't really beat my opponent's nut draws. Like, if they have one of those, like, spit out my hand, do a bunch of things, draws, like, we just cannot beat that, particularly turn 1. So that kind of sucks. But this is a very strong draw if we don't get nut drawn. Like, if my opponent just has, like, a normal draw here. Sigh. Yeah, like, for example, this is fine. And I think I want to get Savannah here, and I just want to Spirit, so I don't get just comboed out. So Spirit is pretty solid insurance. They can stop it with Ballista, but I'm like slowly putting my pieces together, basically. That's what I'm trying to do. So now we Apparition Decide. Seed of Traders, maybe they have Urza here. We can Apparition again. One, two, three, four. I think I should waste my opponent here. Yeah, I think we waste the artifact land. The artifact land or the City of Traders? I guess the artifact land, because the city is only a one use kind of deal. Well, the Opal is active because of the Urza, so we can't really stop the Opal from being active. Karn's pretty good though. Maybe I should have wasted the city actually. This matchup seems pretty miserable if you ask me. So I have to draw one of the few plows that I have available. We have 2 plows left. If I do find one of them, we're probably in fine shape. Walking Ballista. Okay. So Ballista kills Spirit of the Labyrinth. One, two, three, four, five. What happens if they lattice? Like if I attack here with everything, opponent blocks, pings Ballista, pings Labyrinth with Ballista. It's probably fine actually, right? They can block here, or... Yeah, I think we attack with everything over there. And then we can Scavenginus or Second Spirit. The thing is that whatever they do, they need to... If they want to protect Karn, they have to sacrifice the Ballista. And I feel like I need to for them to sack the Ballista somehow. Yeah. And now I think we Scavenginus, because Scavenginus actually attacks through. So we have, for my opponent, we have to dodge this turn the draw 7. And my opponent already pitched 1 to the force. So we have to dodge the draw 7 here. But as is, we should be able to beat a lattice. As is, we should be able to beat a lattice, which is what my concern was right here. So we had to sacrifice a spirit there, but I think that it's cool. Funny thing is I don't want to eat my opponent's walking ballista. I'd rather eat my own things, because otherwise I am enabling their card again, which could be a problem. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I know. Fear face. Okay. What are you gonna do? Liquid middle coating? That's a good one. Karn. We just hard cast this right now, actually, right? Before my opponent gets to do anything. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, second Urza is fine. So they're just doing it for the 4/4. Ooh. That's cool. That's cool. I have to wasteland here, right? No, I think I have to, at this point I just have to deploy the Spirit of the Labyrinth here. Because I cannot have my opponent draw the draw 7. Spin the Urza. LED. Oops. Patience, patience. Okay, there's a bubble. Patience, patience, patience. I think I'm gonna start. We have to start getting the zombie apocalypse going, right? Spin Urza, they fight Karn. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. That is pretty good. Hopefully they don't have another ballista. I hate it when Urza was a thing, and it should have been banned over Opal. I mean, Opal was eventually going to be broken anyway, right? Like, beat Urza or beat something else. It was going to be broken in Modern at some point. It's okay in Legacy. Opal paid for Astrolabe. Yes and no again. Astrolabe died for the sins of Orinoco. No, Astrolabe was busted. Astrolabe was a mistake. Yeah, Astrolabe died for its own sins. Deep in the tank. Yeah, I mean, Karn does that, right? Like, Karn is super... the play patterns that Karn creates are... They can be a lot. It's a lot of stuff that it can do. I'm only sad for my poor affinity, but Opal is broken. Yep, we agree there. Okay. Rightfully not going for the lattice. Wait, they did have another walking ballista all this time? Why didn't they do this like 3 turns ago? 3 minutes ago, I guess. Spilling into the decks and they were all banned before I finished them, so yeah. It can happen. Eat your Urza. Eat my apparition. I'm guessing I'm gonna eat their Karn? So if they do find it, draw 7. One, two, three, 4. Zenith for Dryad. Dryad Flagstones. Good. Plains. Good. Valakut. Valakut there. Good. Fetchland. Valakut there. Another one. All right. Let's get that 5-0, baby. Let's get that 5-0. The pig? No, what would have the pig done? The pig doesn't do anything there. I guess on the draw I'm gonna cut the Thalias and do something like this. The pig memes, I mean that's true. Pig does meme. And this hand is good if we don't get turn 1. And I'm definitely going for silence on 1. And I'm hoping for no chalice, because we cannot really beat a turn 1 chalice with this hand. I feel like you cut arbor. You never cut arbor, ever, under no circumstances. It comes up too much. It comes up too much. And it's too strong whenever you get access to that play. Very often you just like scene it for 0 just so you can get your Valaka trigger. Like all you want is just a land. And that comes up, and if it does, you'll be happy that you have your silly Dried Arbor. But yeah, even though like you draw it and it's the worst card in your deck, like yeah, like this just happens. But I feel like I have to silence here, right? Yeah, we definitely have to silence. We're gonna silence on 1 and we're gonna spirit on 2. Looks like you ported this over to the NC Legacy Tournament. Yep. I mean, I built the deck for that tournament. How do you like it in the Legacy? I mean, I think it's pretty solid. Like I've been enjoying it a lot. That's why I continue playing it. Do I just need to Reclaimer here instead of Spirit? I think I have to Spirit. Like it's the coward move, but hey Lex, how's it going? There comes the broken thing. What is it? Karn? Punished. Punished. Can I attack? I guess I have to attack? I guess I don't have to attack. I attack. Opponent blocks. Karn minus his next turn for Lattice. We cannot pressure the Karn and they plus on Lattice and we're fucked. But they need to have another Ancient Tomb, because the Deafening Silence stops them from doing some other nonsense. I think we Spirit. We attack with the Spirit. Yeah, but if they do have City or Tomb, they're gonna lock me out, I think. But there's nothing I can do. Okay, they don't have it. Ballista, maybe? Explosives. Oh, wow! This deck plays explosives? Well, that's fucked up. Well, we're dead now. It also didn't help how we never drew a reasonable card here. So now they just get back the Echo of Aeons and we just lose the game, right? Let's just pack it in. Okay, yeah, this matchup seems miserable. I don't think that we can realistically win. My opponent moved to 5 and it wasn't even close. Like we were on the draw and there was nothing that we can do at any point. Too bad that we couldn't get another 5-0 with the list. But this felt a lot better, I think. The Spider was pretty good. I like the Spider when we got to resolve it against Delver. I did like the Spirit. This card actually did some solid work. Failure Retreat seems interesting. We'll continue testing Failure Retreat. We'll continue testing Tabernacle. Still not sold on the Knuckle. 3 Dryad, 2 Sylvan Library seems legit. But yeah, I mean, the deck is cool. The deck is cool. It's certainly not tier 1, at least not yet. But it's doing some very cool stuff. And whenever you get the engine going, like the Reclaimer Flagstone's engine is really, really powerful. So I don't think you need Tabby or Retreat. Retreat is just worse field. It's not worse field, like that's just not true. Because this one, you can play it without needing 7 lands in play. Like this card doesn't do anything until you have 7 lands in play. The upside, obviously, it's that you don't need to, like it taps for mana, which this one doesn't. But being able to create dudes from your lands, or what came up today was just triggering, giving a +1/+1 counter to the Reclaimer, and Vigilance is kind of cool because it allows you to activate as well. Retreat. Yeah, I mean, I know what the card does, the jig. Just like, I can read. I can read and I know what the card does. The thing is that this is harder for our opponents to interact with because this just gets wastelanded. And against Delver, sometimes you just simply don't have seven lands in play, right? Like this doesn't require you to have 7 lands in play to start spitting out 2/2s. So I don't know. I don't think it offers your deck anything great. It doesn't. It is a win condition. Like it's here because I want another win condition that it's hard to interact with. That's what it does. It felt okay when we played it earlier. But yeah, the Tabby is interesting. Like we have been lucky so far. By the way, we have not. We didn't get paired against elves ever so far. That matchup seems probably as close to unwinnable as the Urza Aeons deck that we just played against. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't think that I can really fix those matchups anyway. That's gonna be it for me today. It's been a long stream, 7 hours. Jeez. It really has been a long one. But thanks everybody for hanging out. Thank you for checking out the stream. Hope that you had a good time. And if you really enjoy the content, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye and take care.